Are you tired of being just another coach or consultant? When it comes to introducing yourself as a coach or a consultant, your title is your first impression. A strong and clear title instantly communicates your value and expertise to your potential clients. It's kind of like your elevator pitch. It needs to be concise and compelling and yet still clear about who you are so people know what box to put you in. If your title's too vague, like life coach, it can leave people confused about what you actually do. And yet if it's too clever and not clear, you're also going to confuse people. However, if you can find the sweet spot in the middle of both clear and clever, you can immediately convey your unique value to your potential clients. Look, I get it, this can be overwhelming. So in today's video, we're going to make it as simple as possible for you to come up with a title that's clear and compelling. Hi, my name is Andrea Reindl. I'm the founder of Legacy Creative and a brand strategist. And fun fact, this video started because I had all of my clients at once struggle with their title and they were like, I don't even know what to call myself. And so I created a list of all the things they could call themselves and decided to turn it into a video for you. If this is something you've been wrestling with, here's my encouragement for you. You don't have to get it perfect from the start. As long as you're willing to start somewhere and road test it by introducing yourself to different people and seeing what kind of response you get, you will figure it out. I promise you, because I have helped many of our clients figure out a title that resonates for them and they feel really good about. So where do you start with this? Well, first, how about go do some old-fashioned research? Why don't you take a few minutes and look at some of your competitors and see what they have for titles? Write them all down and see what resonates with you. Of course, you want to pay attention to which ones do it excellently and where others confuse the heck out of their audience. Plus, pay attention to what you're attracted to and what you're drawn to and what piques your curiosity and what's your vibe and not your vibe. Pay attention to what you respond to. It's a clue. For example, instead of marketing coach, which is quite common, you might discover that someone who calls himself brand story architect or marketing strategy gets your attention a little bit more. Use what gets you interested as the clue to build your own great title. Personally, I'm more drawn to titles that sound more professional and clearly define the person's specialty. That way I know what they do and, more importantly, what they can do for me. Remember, we all care about what's in it for us. Frame your title so that you can help people identify what you can do for them. Next, think about how you want to combine the outcome you get for your clients and what you actually do. For example, Brand Story Architect says, I'll help you architect your brand story. Or Brand Strategist says, I'll help you come up with a strategy for your whole brand. Conversely, Marketing Strategist suggests that you're great at coming up with an overall marketing strategy and tactics and how to put it all together. That's different than a brand strategy. So really you want to think about what is it the outcome that you get for your clients and what you actually do. If you put those two things together, you'll come up with a much better title. A word of advice here. Do not overpromise in your title. If you are not an expert at something, do not say you are. Trust me, it will backfire and you'll be the ninny who has overpromised to get some bad reviews and you'll have a hard time getting out of that. Keep it real, my friends. Be who you are. If you are an expert, please fly that flag as high as you can. If you're figuring it out, no big deal. You should just be real about it. Your title should reflect both the outcomes you get for your clients and what you actually do. This combination makes it more specific and appealing. And hopefully it'll perk up your ideal client's curiosity bones just a little bit. Just in case you didn't love the marketing examples, I'm going to give you one more about career people that help people transition through careers. So you could call yourself a career transition specialist, and it's pretty interesting and it sounds better than just a career coach. Again, you want to be as clear as possible and indicate that you're the go-to expert for navigating whatever the transition you help people navigate. Setting yourself apart from the crowd is really what you want your title to do. Next up, avoid jargon. Titles like guru, ninja, or wizard might sound fun, but they can come off as unprofessional or unclear about who you are and what you actually do. Instead, I prefer to focus on straightforward language that accurately describes your services. For example, leadership development expert is clear and direct, but leadership development guru might leave your possible clients confused and maybe a little scared about your actual expertise. Now, I do know people who have made their whole brand based on something like ninja or wizard. First off, it's a bold move, and frankly, when they did it, they were already established experts who had lots of experience and lots of case studies that they really were the ninja or the guru. And they were willing to go all in on that brand and the title. For most of us, I suggest avoiding the cheesy jargon. Finally, if you are still not clear about a title that you feel great about, The great thing is you can get some feedback from your ideal audience. Once you brainstormed a few potential titles, go ahead and introduce yourself that way to your ideal clients, maybe to peers in your industry, and pay attention to how do they respond based on the title that you give them. And you can't even ask people like what title resonates the most and what clearly communicates your services. Feedback is so helpful at this time because you really want to find a title that resonates with your audience. For example, you might think productivity enhancement specialist is clear, but your clients might find productivity coach is more relatable and easier to understand and what they'd prefer to hire. Now, word of advice here. I am not talking about getting feedback from your mom or the parents at the hockey rink unless they're your ideal clients. You really want to get feedback from the people who are going to hire you or buy your product and service. Future clients, direct peers, pay attention to get feedback from the people who will pay you money to work with you. If you do happen to have a consultant or a strategist, someone like me around, then of course bounce it off them and get their advice on what title you should have. All right, let's recap what we just talked about. Basically, you want a title that's clear and creates intrigue. It tells your clients what you do for them and the transformation you'll get for them. And finally, if you aren't clear, go test it with people that'll pay you and see what they say. I promise, if you just try a few titles on and introduce yourself in that way, you will find one that fits for you. And then you can proudly put that on your LinkedIn profile and all the other places that you need a title. I hope you found this helpful. Until next time, my name is Andrea. Make it a great day.